Amelia.
Hello.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yes? Good day at school?
Yeah.
Yeah? Or was it just the morning?
Just the morning.
Just the morning.
What inspired you to become a football manager?
First of all, I just loved football. So I was obviously playing football when I was younger. And then I got into coaching, like coaching young children, trying to make them better. And then just really enjoyed being a part of football. And I got an injury, so that didn't help me to carry on playing. It'd be nice to be a player now, wouldn't it? But yeah, and then a manager role came up at the club, so I decided to take the manager role and decided to carry on from there and stop playing.
What advice would you give to young girls who want a career in sports?
The biggest thing for me is to make sure they enjoy it, because you always do better at something if you enjoy what you're doing, and always work hard, because to get better and better you have to work really hard at things, and whether that's ball skills, whether that's your fitness, whether that's getting stronger, if you work harder then you've got more potential to get better and better.
How do you motivate your players to do their best?
I think the biggest thing is to try and build their confidence. Some players find their own motivation, whether that's personal motivation, whether that's motivation because they just want to be better or they want to do well. But for me, we're in a sport that everybody likes to win. So I just make sure that they feel good about themselves, and they do well, and I make them feel good and make them confident. But just to motivate them and different ways. We can obviously show them different stats on the games and things that they might need to do in the game, to make sure that when they step out they're motivated to do it.
What qualities do you think make a good leader?
Somebody that obviously knows what they want in terms of what they want everything to look like, but also how they get everybody involved in that. So not just me going, do this, do that. How do we get players and staff involved in that? But also having that empathy side as well. Just everybody for me is a human being. So they're people before they're players, and I think it's a big part of life to make sure that you care for people and you understand everybody.
Which female leader do you admire and why?
I think Emma Hayes at Chelsea. She's someone that I really admire. She's been through a lot in terms of her career. Obviously, she was out in the USA for a bit. She then come back to England. Obviously, she's been at Chelsea for a long time, like I've been at Reading. And she's a mum like me too, so she knows. We have a lot of conversations about, or when she was pregnant, and I obviously had my baby, and how we got through that together. But also like how she brings her teams together. Obviously, she has very, very good players. But also she's got to the top, and she's one of the very best in the women's game.
What is your hope for the future woman in sports?
The biggest thing for me is to make sure that females get the right opportunities that everybody else gets, whether that be in football, whether that be in rugby, whether that be in cricket, to make sure that all those females get the right opportunities. And I think that's the biggest thing going forward.
How have you used your skills to make a positive impact in the community?
I'm from Reading, I'm born and bred, and it's just, for me, I want to be able to show people that you can go and do what you want to do as much when you put your mind to it. And I think for me, standing there on the touchline for Reading Football Club, and being a girl from Reading, just shows that I just want to be able to inspire those people in the community that they can do the same thing.
How have you used your experience to support other women?
I think the biggest thing is talking. I've used probably my experience, like I said earlier, with Emma Hayes at Chelsea. Like obviously I'd been through the experience of having a child and being a manager and everything like that, so I was able to share those types of experiences with her. And also I suppose we've been at the top of the league and we've been at the bottom of the league and we've had to fight. So just different experience. The biggest thing for me is one, gaining experience and sharing experience, and I think the best way to do that is just by talking to people.
Thank you for answering all my questions.
Yeah, not a problem at all. Yeah.